Stall out them pint bottles, I granny crib. I poured so much I ain't wanna live. Told money then, shit we in the wind. I was in the hood when I clipped the bin. Since a young nigga, I been ready. Went glass house on every Chevy. In this game, I tried plenty settings. It's all or nothing. How niggas been. Got sucker niggas, keep suckers with them. One of the reasons I ain't fucking with them. Trish taking some more than her. Guess she couldn't even afford a winner. I'm open late, don't need a scale, and it's always over. Sneak wishing well, I double down, slick shit to spell. Shawty no, I don't kiss and tell. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. Hell, I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube. Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Alright, chat. What we doing, chat? What we doing? Let's see. Alright. How? Damn. Oh, let me get something to drink, chat. Hold on. Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Damn, it's the morning time. I'm still feeling it from last night, man. We kicked it last night. But what we doing this morning, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. What we doing this morning, chat? We got election week. Steve Bannon wants regime change. Mass stabbing on the UK train, and we got a blackface Halloween, man. It's going viral. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Call your auntie, uncle, your cousin. Tell him plug live, and he running his mouth. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC. Get your ass in. We finna have a conversations this morning. Yeah, chat, we got an action-packed episode. I need to blow my damn nose, bro. We got Steve Bannon and Laura Loomer getting heated on Israel. We're going to cover that clip. We got a couple miscellaneous clips. We got 9 people with life-threatening injuries after stabbings on a UK train. Adam Mockler sat down and talked with Adam 22. We can cover that if y'all want to. Also, we have... a lady speaking on the Nigerian Christians, and she says there's a bigger picture at play. Also, we got grown adults stealing pumpkins off of people's yard, out of people's porches. We have a nonprofit executive caught instructing illegal immigrants on how to vote in New York City's mayor election. We're going to cover a couple other things, SNAP benefits. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin, tell them plug live, and he running his mouth. Lala, you got them plain lays ready, we intro mode. Where that baby go at?
I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say that they got some of the best gas, they call it Southern Georgia. Chain on chain and ice on ice like Adam Sandler, I'm water boy. I know I'm all in the head. Bad bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a spread. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you, these niggas broke, I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie talkie. I told that bitch to come home. I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Talk to blood, she called me daddy, and I'm screaming I know D. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night's still young, so baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it tonight. She spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fuck alike. So in the bed, I call them twin. I call them twin. Bed, I call them twin.
I made all
bitch and shoot a shoot. 1 + 1 that equal 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop for swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody done just got like 100 on 'em and they tryna get him gone. Butch college at wet, what's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest pride of his pink, you know this shit is strong. No, did it? I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody cut out, we celebrating, we hit the gritty. I'm feeling like a baby, I'm trying to get that milk up out them titties. It's no question who young and the littest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her. If I want the bitch, I'm going Pittsburgh. Still her. I keep some on the side, I don't have trust in just the main bitch. Suck me up while I'm driving like damn, I'll die by this lane switch. Shit, different type of free, so we ain't never got a tussle. Throw it back like Miss London, and some of your life be hustle. Yeah, she look.
Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out. How we doing this morning, chat? Whether you on your way to work or just now rolling out of bed, be sure to double tap that screen, man. We finna get straight into it. We do got an action-packed episode. I got quite a few clips, man. We got a couple long forms, but we gonna start it off strong, man. We gonna see what Steve Bannon and Laura Loomer was talking about. I didn't know Laura Loomer was a Pentagon advisor until the other day. I did a video on it, man. If y'all seen it or not, but I did not know Laura Loomer was a advisor to the Pentagon. Let's hear what her and Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon is saying that he wants regime change. I did see the part where he said that Netanyahu must go. He wants regime change in Israel. Do y'all agree or disagree with Steve Bannon on that topic?
Derangement syndrome that we're seeing from many people on the right. They got to stop being so obsessed with Israel and so obsessed with the Jews. You know, it's not the Israelis that are going to have another 9/11 here in our country.
No. Hang on a sec.
Not obsessed with the Jews. Am obsessed with the country that is sucking up our resources to commit atrocities.
Hold on, let me find the straight clip, man. Let me find the regular clip. I don't know why I pulled that clip and it got Anna in there talking. Hold on, let me find the actual clip. Alright. My bad, chat. Here go a different clip. I had to get this shit together.
Whitewash. You hurt your argument by sitting there and trying to defend Netanyahu. It's just not happening. Anyway, we got to bounce.
I am not sitting here defending Netanyahu. What I'm asking for is that all these, I just want them to dedicate 5%.
Hang on. You say Israeli derangement syndrome. It's not Israeli derangement syndrome. I certainly don't have it. What I have is the Greater Israel Project that was never done, and no due diligence was done. The American people never signed off that. The Trump administration never signed off on that. That's a Netanyahu. We need regime change in Jerusalem, and we need it tonight.
And welcome back to the channel. So guess what? Trump just got blindsided again by someone from his own party, a major supporter and
going to be turned over weeks ago when this peace deal was finalized. Where are the bodies? We don't have the bodies yet. Qatar controls Hamas at the end of the day. They do. So I think that we need to have a real conversation, Steve, in the GOP, and hopefully, you know, amid all this Israel derangement syndrome that we're seeing from many people on the right, you know, you don't see these people ever talk about Islam. You don't ever see these people talk about the threat of Islam, Steve. And they got to stop being so obsessed with Israel and so obsessed with the Jews. You know, it's not the Israelis that are going to have another 9/11 here in our country.
No. Hang on a second. If Netanyahu and if the Israeli government had dealt straight with us, you wouldn't have had this problem. They've been stone cold liars. They gave back.
What's up, Dorsey? What's up, Darker? What's up, James? Y'all double tap the screen on your way in. Be sure to share this video out to your timeline, the last person you text. This is Laura Loomer on the right. She's an advisor to the Pentagon. How? I really don't know. That's Steve Bannon. He is one of the faces of the MAGA movement. He is one of the bigger faces of the MAGA movement. He wants Trump forever. He wants Trump 2028. This is Laura Loomer, Pentagon advisor. How she got there, I really don't know.
So I'm not going to let that go unchallenged. That's just bullshit.
Her drop that line about another 9/11, and it sounds like pure fear.
Whitewash. You hurt your argument by sitting there and trying to defend Netanyahu. It's just not happening. Anyway, we got to
But
bounce.
I am not sitting here
You and I
defending Netanyahu. What I'm asking for is that all these, I just want them to dedicate 5%.
Hang on. You say Israeli derangement syndrome. It's not Israeli derangement syndrome. I certainly don't have it. What I have is the. They get us into messes like in Iran where they tried to have regime change and lied about it.
All right, I can't find a full clip, man. I don't know. I'm trying to find it just straight through full clip with nobody talking over it. But I guess it's on Steve Bannon's X. But we're gonna keep it pushing, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. How do y'all feel about Steve Bannon, Laura Loomer? Steve Bannon says he wants regime change in Israel now. And this guy, Press TV, over there on X, posted that they have been deleted off of TikTok, man, for exposing the $7,000 payments. The $7,000 payments, man, to the influencers got them banned from TikTok, man. This is the video that got them banned.
Guy, I understand that you were offered money to post Zionist Hasbara, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. This situation is what really solidified my support for Palestinian rights. When October 7th happened, I didn't know the first thing about Israel or Palestine. And so I ended up making a few videos talking about Palestinian struggle for freedom, just very like surface level videos supporting Palestine. And soon after, I think it was a week or two, I received an email from an Israeli news outlet offering me $5,000 to go live on my TikTok page and pledge my support for Israel. I was appalled. My morals are not for sale. And I quickly exposed this incident and how Zionists were making efforts to buy support for their war crimes, which were already more than apparent. And look, they try to buy a 17-year-old American support for an unfolding genocide.
Oh, he was 17?
My creator friends, who I was in the comedy niche at the time in TikTok in late 2023, and I asked, I was like, hey, this is random, but have you received any similar offers? And they had. A handful of them, multiple people shared with me emails from other Israeli news outlets like Haaretz for like a week-long campaign paying $250 or more a video for covering the quote-unquote Israeli hostage crisis based on a handful of Haaretz articles. For a lot of us, this was a wake-up call very early on. It was for me. What we learned from this is, Israel has always been paying people and paying for influence all over the world and the United States.
So he's claiming that he was 17 and they reached out to him and tried to get him to post go live and pledge his support for Israel for $5,000. He was 17 years old at the time. All right, Chad, we're gonna move on. This is some Halloween effery, foolery. We'll call it foolery for the morning show. They're stealing, man. They just went over there, took all the fun dips. These grown folks now, they went and took all the fun dips out of the candy bowl, and they stole the pumpkins, and they did it in their company truck. I can't make this shit up, chat. I cannot make this shit up, bro. They stole all the fun dip, stole the baby pumpkins, and did it in the company truck, bro. Like, I'm just gonna say that these this is not the brightest bunch of people in this truck right here, man. Watch this. Not the pumpkins, bro. Not the pumpkins, bro. The pumpkins too, bro. They left the white pumpkin. And they got the hazard lights on.
Those are my little girl's pumpkins. You have your company on your vehicle. Okay, well I'm just gonna, you have the company on the vehicle. You took all the candy and the pumpkins. This is not right.
took the damn pumpkins is crazy, bruh. 40 fun nips and some pumpkins, man. And look, the whole bowl empty, bruh. They wiped the bowl down. These grown folks, bro, wiped the bowl down, man. That is crazy, Chad. That made me not even want to put no damn candy outside. Yeah, that made me not even want to put no candy outside. Let's move on, chat, to a couple more clips before we get into the serious topics, man. This lady right here, she talked crazy to this kid on an app. I don't know if they was on Monkey or whatever. Maybe it was Instagram Live. She said she's giving relationship advice, and some little kid joined her damn live, and she talked crazy to this kid, chat. I think she was wrong. She didn't have to handle the little boy like that, but you know, some people don't give a fuck, man. It's all in the name of content.
Get up. Yo, what's up? Let me tell you something, boy. Don't come out here playing with me, motherfucker. Caucasian child, do not come play with me. Do you hear me?
He did get on there playing, talking about, yo, what's up? He did get on there playing, but she didn't have to do him this bad, Chad.
Get up. Yo, what's up? Let me tell you something, boy. Don't come out here playing with me, motherfucker. Caucasian child, do not come play with me. Do you hear me? This is relationship advice only. You motherfucker play, run like I play. Motherfucker, huh? Do it like I be just waking up want to play with motherfuckers. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, this relationship advice only. What the fuck you want? You got whole problems?
Never met someone so freaking arrogant and rude. I went on her live and said, hey, you doing a talent show? I might have made a mistake. She fucking made me super sad. She made me depressed. Fuck you. You don't disrespect me like that, you fucking idiot. You fucking,
get up.
Yo.
He came on and said, yo, what's up? She talked crazy to her. She didn't say fuck him and all of that, though. She didn't say fuck him and all of that, man. She didn't say all of that. All right, chat. So I want to know, should this man lose his job? He's working on the subway or the train. You know, I don't know which one. Hell, I'm from the woods. I'm from the woods. I really ain't been on the train or the subway. I have never taken the train or the subway, to be honest. Now that I think about it, I've never been on a damn train or a subway. Damn. All right, well, should this guy lose his job? This man is holding the door open, waiting for his friend, and let's see how the worker reacts.
Come on, bro. Yo, release the door. I'm waiting for my... Get the fuck up, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the hell?
Pushed his ass off that train, man, and proceeded to keep it pushing. Should he lose his job for this?
Come on, bro. Yo, release the door. I'm waiting for my... Get the fuck up, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the hell?
If I could not type one, please end this live immediately and add a post to your community page. Thanks. Man, get the hell out of here, man. Somebody ban this dude. Get your ass out of here, man. We'll holler at you later. What's up, DT? I just had to ban somebody in here playing. Somebody in here playing. We ain't playing right now. But should he lose his job or not, chat? He pushed the guy smooth off the train. He pushed the guy smooth off the train. All right. Let's get into this. This is an undercover man. I think these are the same people keep going undercover. They in DC and in New York going undercover, man, and they keep exposing the hell out of people. I don't see how these people keep getting caught like this. Why the hell is they in here doing this, chat? All right, so look, this guy is pretending to be an illegal immigrant. He's trying to vote, or they something illegal. So they did something to try to expose this man. But this dude is finna. It says, nonprofit executive caught instructed illegal immigrant to vote in New York City mayor election. La Jonda executive director Pedro Rodriguez tells undercover journalist posing as unregistered migrant. Vote for the guy that starts with M. Despite 501c3 regulation prohibiting political activity by tax-exempt organizations, Rodriguez acknowledges knowing the individual is not registered and therefore advising him how to vote, a potential violation of federal and election laws. In a prior encounter with James O'Keefe, Rodriguez was caught falsifying documents to provide illegal immigrants with New York City residency. You're not registered? Okay. It's 3 guys. Vote for the guy that starts with the M.
They sent me here to vote. I was recommended to come here to find information to vote. Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I did not. I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay. Vote to, okay, para, the gatas al tema.
This is Michael Casey, correspondent with O'Keefe Media Group, reporting from New York City just before Halloween. And the only thing scarier than all the ghosts and the goblins and this rain this Halloween is a possibility of illegal aliens voting in our elections for mayor. Just last year, James O'Keefe encountered a man in New York City who ran a church called La Jornada in Queens.
Hey, this is you.
Now, Mr. Rodriguez was allowing illegal aliens to sign false documents to help them live in this country illegally and bypass the law.
What I found most odd is that Pedro Rodriguez would keep telling me that I did not reside at an address that he personally signed the letter saying that I resided at.
I encountered this man once again 1 year later. Same name, different address, same blue shirt, same tie. I encountered this man posing as an illegal alien, telling him I was new to this country, I just got here a couple months ago, I was not registered to vote, not a citizen, but I wanted to vote in this year's election. And what does he do? Like clockwork, he springs into action to help me.
Yes, I'm an immigrant. They sent me here to vote. I was recommended to come here to find information to vote. I was given those locations. I will show you. Forgive me, I am no Espanol.
No, I think that's perfectly.
Thank you, sir. What's your name, sir?
Pedro Rodriguez.
Pedro.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Miguel.
Yeah. You registered?
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I did not. I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay.
And he tells me to go to the local community college just around the corner to go vote in the election for mayor.
That's close, right?
Just across the street.
Across the street?
Yeah.
Thank you. And so I can go there and cast my vote for mayor?
Yeah.
And I told him, still posing as legal alien, who should I vote for? He gave me a wink and a nod. He told me, vote for the man whose name begins with the letter M.
No. It's 3 guys. Okay, like.
So do y'all think Pedro is in the wrong here? Put yes in the chat if you think Pedro is wrong. Put no if you don't think Pedro is wrong. Yeah, DT, I had to get some of that Minute Maid. You know what I'm saying? Not sponsored.
Okay, para, the gatas al tema.
Now, which candidate and for mayor has the letter M in the beginning of his name? Is it Curtis Sliwa? No. Is it Andrew Cuomo? No. Is it Zoran Mondani? Most likely, the same candidate who's running on a platform for aiding illegal aliens and giving them assistance to bypass ICE and avoid deportation. It's no coincidence that this so-called pastor who just last year was caught by James O'Keefe is now telling illegal aliens not only vote in this election, but vote for the candidate for mayor who's trying to help illegal aliens. So we paid him a visit.
These two had questions as well.
Yeah.
Hey, double tap the screen, chat, share the live out. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, and we are chasing 100 likes. Let's get to 100 likes right quick.
Remember me? You are a bunch of thieves and criminals and liars. You are unbelievable.
Stamping fake addresses.
I'm the guy that I met with you, right? You had all these fake documents right here? Yeah, that's me. I'm James O'Keefe.
Okay, hello, sir.
You just told him to vote for Mondani.
No.
You said vote for the guy with the M. That's what you said.
Vote to, okay, para,
This remind me of an episode of Cheaters. Y'all remember Cheaters used to come on TV? I used to watch Cheaters. Thank you, Lori. I hope you're having a good day, Lori. When I was young, chat.
I done had no business watching Cheaters, but I was watching Cheaters, and they used to have a black and white hidden cam in there on Cheaters, man. This remind me of an episode of Cheaters, man. Watch how he lied and they just cut to the camera. Watch.
Okay, hello, sir.
You just told him to vote for Mandami.
No.
You said vote for the guy with the M. That's what you said.
Vote to, okay, para, the guy that says M. How many judges have M's in there?
You just told him to vote
for mayor.
He's not a legal citizen.
Hello. Do I have to control where he has to go?
Yeah, but you gave advice.
No. What is the word?
Just like you told me to stand for faith.
What you just mentioned one word, right? What you said?
Yeah, what did he tell you?
I said that I was not registered, and they said, who should I vote for mayor? And he said, vote for the mayor with the M.
When not registered.
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I did not. I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay.
I said yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, what you said?
I said it, so.
Yeah.
Just like the scheme with the documents from last year, remember? I steal children. We're investigative reporters. How am I stealing children?
Why?
Yes.
I don't know. Hello, sir. First of all, you are entering here illegally.
How am I entering here illegally?
Because police are there.
Do you want me to go?
Yes.
Okay, I leave. Why do you tell people to vote illegally, sir? Why do you tell people to vote illegally?
I said that I was not registered, and I was here a few months.
Yes. Oh, I remember you. You're the wife, right? Yes. You're breaking the law, ma'am. You're breaking the law. You're breaking the law. They just kicked us out.
All this and more on our Election Day special this Tuesday on social media. And for more of our content, go to O'KeefeMediaGroup.com. Make a donation if you support our work, tax deductible, nonprofit, and Citizen Journalist Foundation. Please support our work.
That's crazy that this guy got caught on tape like Cheaters, man. They always do that, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Whoever this O'Keefe Media Group, they been on one. They called Mom Donnie assistant. They called the J. Jones people. It's crazy, bro. This is crazy, Chad. This woman speaking about the Nigerian Christians. You know, Nicki Minaj just came out and endorsed Trump. Nicki Minaj came out, endorsed Trump, and said, speaking about the Nigerian Christians, she's been invited to the United Nations building to have some conversations. So this woman is speaking out, saying that everything is not as it seems, and we need to look at the whole picture. Let's see what she's talking about.
He's trying to play in our faces with this strategic messaging about Nigeria. So he just called Nigeria a country of particular concern because, in his words, Christians are being slaughtered. And he is talking about the 3,100 Christians who've sadly been killed, right? But we need to slow that right down, because when you use faith like that and you ignore the Muslims dying too, it starts to feel like their lives don't count. And more than that, it hides what's actually driving the violence, because do you really think that this is about religion? Anyway, I need you guys to stick with me so you can see what's actually going on here, right? It's the same conflict, same killers, and this isn't new. It's chaos that's been brewing for years. Armed groups, gunmen, rogue herders, all moving through gaps that the governments have failed to fill, right? Isn't this the same play that we've seen in Haiti, Sudan, DRC? Convenient? Break the state, then swoop in with a savior story. Why now? Why Nigeria? Well, here's what they're not saying, right? Nigeria's got $40 billion in oil exports, some of the largest gas reserves in Africa, solid minerals, gold, lithium, tin, resources that maybe the US needs, especially in a Cold War with China. And it's not just what's underground, is it? It's the land. The Middle Belt grows the food that feeds the nation, fertile, rain-fed, high yield. And guess where the most violence hits? Right there. Clarify, right? People aren't being killed just because they're Christian. They're being killed because they're in the way. And many of them happen to be Christian because that's what it dominates that area, right? So this isn't just about faith, it's about land control, food and power. That same zone, full of ginger farms, mineral-rich soil, and foreign players are circling. Nation invested in smallholder farming, agri-tech, yield targets. This is not a conspiracy, right? This is public record. But when the West enters through aid, you know it rarely ever stops at support. And some will say that these killers don't move alone, right? They're backed, tolerated, or armed by whoever's buying access. local counterparts, foreign deals, the highest bidder. So when you hear Christian persecution, ask what's really at stake and how close the nearest air path is, right? Because China's already in, right? Ports, refineries, defense deals, ammunition factories, and now Trump wants Congress to get involved. That's not just concern. Positioning. Because when America talks about saving Christians overseas, come on, man, is this really about faith? It might be a green light. It moves money, activates voters, justifies presence. And while that's happening, he's also saying, you know what? Maybe we should save Nigeria's best talent and make them come over and move to America. So which is it? Are you worried about the people dying? Or are you more concerned about scouting the ones who survive? That's not rescue, that's resource control. So what's the play? If I'm Nigeria, I tighten internal defense, limit foreign boots. If I'm a citizen, start asking who's funding the next rescue mission. This isn't about God, is it? Nigeria's rise, the deals, the land, the leverage. Have they made it too powerful to ignore? Anyway, let's talk.
Okay, chat. How do y'all like her take on that? Do y'all agree or disagree? Put agree or disagree in the chat. Let me know y'all here and active. If you are in the chat and this is your first time in my chat, press the number 3 and I will give you a shout out if I can get to it. But do y'all agree or disagree, man? Let me know. Get active in the chat. Share the live out. We are chasing 100 likes. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. Alright, this is TPV Sean. He put out a post recently stating that if he's killed, he has a kill switch flash drive to release all the names and information of the people who have been threatening him and the just things of those sorts. So we finna see what's up with TPV Sean. He's saying that 20 U.S. states signed a treaty to arrest and re-educate citizens who criticize Israel. I think California just did something about that with the school system. Something about anti-Semitism in the schools.
Treaty has surfaced. One that authorizes the identification, detention and re-education of American citizens who are accused of sharing online material deemed hostile towards Israel and critical of global governance. Behind the scenes, officials are quietly pressuring US states to adopt a unified digital compliance framework. A coordinated initiative designed to criminalize dissent and bring online speech in the US under Israeli control. At least 20 states are said to have already signed the Digital Accord, with several others in advanced negotiations. According to those in power, the age of open debate is over. Dissent is being rebranded as extremism, and independent thought is now treated as a crime. It has been years in the making. And now, the first pieces of that globalist machinery are moving into place, right before our eyes. Today's video is brought to you by VP.net.
Who is Brandon? Who is Brandon?
Zionists don't control the media or social media. Yeah, they can silence anybody who says they do. It's even worse. Apparently, the Zionist dream involves taking a sledgehammer to the First Amendment, gagging Americans on behalf of Israel, and punishing those who refuse to comply.
In addition to my work leading the Israel public policy team, our hateful conduct policy includes specific protections for Israelis. We banned Holocaust denial and distortion back in 2020. We changed industry thinking on this issue, designating denial as hate speech rather than misinformation. It wasn't just about facts.
I don't get that. Like, people deny a lot of shit. Like, people deny the transatlantic slave trade. People deny gentrification. People deny a lot of shit out here. Like, there's ranges of these Nigerian Christians going from 3,100 all the way up to 500,000. That sounds like a big ass. I mean, what happened to the other 497,000 people that supposedly died? Now it's 3,100. 2 weeks ago it was 5,000. Now it's 3,100. 2 weeks before that it was tens of thousands. We know the bar for genocide has been set really high by these international committees. The bar for genocide is set extremely high, but I just don't get it.
about protecting people from harmful conduct. We updated our policies to recognize that the term Zionist can be...
I guess that's why they call it re-education. I get that part now, because when I say something like, why could this, and this be true, but I don't get this, oh, we'll send you to re-education. You know what I'm saying? You need to be re-educated. You know what I'm saying? I see it.
Proxy for Jews and Israelis. We banned content claiming Zionists run the world or control the media, and we do not allow for dehumanizing comparisons of Zionists. It's a delicate balance between safety and expression. My role is to ensure that the voices of Israelis are heard in this policy-making process.
Strangely enough, executives at the Jewish News Syndicate do admit that they're masters of the universe, who have near total control over the media and social media. They also admit they're engaged in a digital battle to brainwash Americans into believing their propaganda, one algorithm at a time.
A majority of Gen Z have an unfavorable impression of Israel. And my friends, I think the reason for that is that we're losing the digital war. Okay, they're getting their information from TikTok and whatever it is, and we're losing that war. When you think about it, the masters of the universe are Jews. You know, we've got Altman and ASI, we've got Zuckerberg, we've got Sergey Brin, we've got the group across the board, Jan Combs, founded WhatsApp. It's us. And we have to figure out a way to win the digital battle. And when we do that, the future of Israel will be stronger because a majority of all Americans will support Israel. We'll make that happen. We have to make it happen. Thank you.
This isn't just rhetoric. The consequences are real, and they're chilling. A Texas man named Adam was swatted after posting online criticism of Israel, leading to the Texas DPS and Bell County Sheriff's Office to show up at his home. An officer confirmed to him, "We're here because of the comments you made online about Israel." As Adam said, is it free speech when Israel can just send your local cops to your door for posts they don't like?
Is that doorbell camera right there? Yeah. The dog? The raw water. Oh, there's a dog in there? Yeah, raw water. Hey! We're here because of the comments you made online. Are you sure what? I'm saying, are you passenger? No, we get that. I get that. So we gotta make sure that you're not going to water. No, that's why we're here. Outside. Yeah.
We're here because of the comments you made online about the Jewish community. Are you
So what?
No, I'm saying, are you
I have a freedom of speech, dude.
Yeah, no, we get that. I get that.
So we gotta make sure that you're not.
Do you have a warrant?
No, that's why we're here.
Okay, you see that sign? Yeah. See that says no soliciting? What you're doing is basically soliciting. You understand that, right? Yeah. It means you're not welcomed here.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. Stay off the lawn, please.
They pulled up 3 deep. The state troopers, bro, is crazy for some shit he posted online. What? Holy.
This is what they're doing, guys. You make comments about the Jews.
I've been talking about this shit for the last 2 months, bro, about the shit that's going on in the UK. And you mean to tell me Greg Abbott let them send them folks over here, man? Now, is this just swatted or is this finna be an ongoing program? I understand people get swatted. People play with you, send the police to your house. But this is what?
And they'll fucking show up at your door. This is what they do. This is freedom of speech. This is how much control Israel has over our country. Look at this response. For exercising my freedom of speech online. Wow. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. Can't wait to do some auditing of you boys. Bye-bye.
This is not a one-off incident. According to the global elite, free speech is now a weapon of war. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, who now serves the WF full-time, told the UN Climate Summit in New York that free speech is a weapon of war, and anybody caught speaking their mind on sensitive globalist subjects must be punished accordingly. According to Ardern, censorship is necessary to protect free speech.
Mis and disinformation on...
See, I see you say, don't be a murder lover, don't support terrorism. Listen, I don't give a fuck what people are saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not making direct threats, calls to violence, like, what are we talking about here? Like, what? What? I got so much to say right now. Let me process what the fuck I really want to say right quick.
A challenge that we must, as leaders...
Thank you, Blackish.
Sadly, I think it's easy to dismiss this problem as one in the margins. I can certainly understand the desire to leave it to someone else. As leaders, we're rightly concerned that even the most light touch of...
See, now he's saying don't support murder online. But it's like, when Trump blow smoke out them damn boats, you know what I'm saying, that's coming through the water, international waters or whatever, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? When oh my God, bro, like it's all in the eye of the beholder, right? It's all in what perspective that you come from. Like, when Trump blows smoke out of the water on them damn boats, a part of me is like, damn, were they really trafficking drugs? Then another part of me is like, well, shit, we gotta secure our motherfucking borders, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody comes out and criticizes like, oh, Trump shouldn't be knocking innocent boats out of the water, that's murder, you know what I'm saying? And you were like, fuck that, I want secure borders, this is what I voted for, somebody's gonna look at you like, shit, you support murder, you support murder online. And I feel like when we start writing in policy to check shit like that, it becomes, what's next, bro? Like, what is next? What is next? What are they gonna show up for next?
to disinformation could be misinterpreted as being hostile to the values of free speech that we value so highly. How do you tackle climate change if people do not believe it exists? How do you ensure the human rights of others are upheld when they are subjected to hateful and dangerous rhetoric and ideology? The weapons may be different.
See, that's what I'm saying. Now look, Grannies, this how I'm going to break this down to you. We are American, right? So when we hear they blew smoke out the water on them damn boats, it's like, okay, to us, they stopped a boatload of drugs from coming into the country. Colombia is telling their citizens that, hey, this boat was still in our waters and those were fishermen. There weren't no drugs on those boats. Those were fishermen. They are known fishermen. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody in Colombia comes out and says, well, maybe they should have been knocked out of the water, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they should stop trafficking the drugs into America. Those people in Colombia will look at them like, oh, you're supporting terrorism. You're supporting America blowing smoke out of the fucking water on our boats. And so it's all about where you're at in the world with this, you know what I'm saying? And when you get to checking these speeches and stuff, we're gonna look up and you ain't gonna be able to say shit. You ain't even gonna be able to say that you mad that your fries are cold. You get some cold ass fries, you be like, oh, these damn bloody cold fries. Yeah, it's going to jail, man. They gonna send them people to your door. Thank you, Blackish. Thank you, Blackish, for all the support.
Goals of those who perpetuate them is often the same: to cause chaos and reduce the ability of others to defend themselves, to disband communities, to collapse the collective strength of countries who work together. But we have an opportunity here to ensure that these particular weapons of war do not become an established part of warfare.
From the horse's mouth, weapons of war. The elites have taken off their mask. And they're now declaring that free speech is a weapon of war that must be taken away from Americans. And now, as the FBI's official narrative about the Charlie Kirk assassination falls apart, the noises coming out of Israel are deeply unsettling. If you value independent thought and doing your own research, you're in their crosshairs. Details after this important word from our sponsor. The global elite are raking in crypto billions. The deception. Our viewers, up to 20. Visit tbvcrypto.com and join the revolution today. The elite are in panic mode. Their entire playbook has been exposed, and the public is finally waking up to the deception.
If you think America is a bad place, just remember, here we're still allowed to criticize our own government, just not Israel's.
With their narrative collapsing.
See, what I'm saying is this. What y'all are missing is the point that I was trying to make. I'm not justifying how we feel about the speedboats or the regular boat, fishing boat, whatever you want to call it. What I'm saying is a Colombian citizen, their president, their leaders have came out and said, hey, look, this wasn't a boat. Y'all, these were fishermen. These were our people. It wasn't international waters. They just did this to us. Now, if a Colombian citizen says, no, they didn't do that to you. Those were speedboats and they were taking drugs into America and America handled business. The Colombian people would call them a terrorist supporter, would call them a traitor, could send police to their door. That's what I'm saying. It's about the perspective. Over here, we'll think it's all good. We're securing our borders. To them, they're getting a different story, a different narrative, and how they react off of that could have consequences.
One option left: to crush dissent with censorship, intimidation, and the digital equivalent of jackboots and iron fists. The exploding pages in Lebanon. Former Mossad chief Yossi Cohen just admitted that manipulated devices.
See, Grandies, I don't even think you listening to me at this point, Grandies. I'm going to be honest. I think you just want to argue with me because I'm saying the Venezuela leader told his citizens that. His citizens probably believe him. And if they go against what he's saying and say, and side with America, they'll be considered that. I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. I think you just trying to respond, honestly.
Also designed for spying, have been distributed across the world, including the United States.
Did you see any surprises in Gaza?
Surprises?
Yeah.
Like intelligence surprises?
Pages, walkie-talkies. You know how many equipment, treated equipment do we have in these countries? You don't. I do.
You mean booby-trapped equipment?
Not only booby-trapped.
And spying?
Manipulated equipment.
In which countries are you talking about?
All countries that you can imagine.
And not Gaza?
Gaza itself. Did you see that? Get it. We knew something.
No, Grandies, I don't know what was on that boat. See, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be honest. I don't think a lot of people can be honest about this situation. A lot of people are going to say there were no drugs on that boat. I know there were no drugs on that boat. A lot of people are going to say, oh, that was a speedboat. There were definitely drugs on there. I'm going to be honest and say, I don't know what the fuck was on that boat. I didn't load the boat. I didn't row the boat. I didn't drive the boat. I don't know.
Coming. Right? Told them everything. Just everything. You can't imagine the quantity. When I have invented that method, that was in 2002 to 2004.
The pager method.
The manipulated equipment method. Okay? We have already used it. Manipulated equipment. But on war. Some of the elements into us.
Use it.
A glass of water.
We can get some brandy.
He can tell you very I know it's an early morning in London. I don't think that is the case.
He isn't joking. Israeli surveillance has gone far beyond government buildings. Edward Snowden exposed secret data sharing agreement.
Grandy said, you don't know, so why you talking? This is my fucking job. I'm an opinion. This is what I do. I've been doing this shit coming up on 2 years now. In a few months, it'll be 2 years. This is what I do. What?
the NSA in Israel that involves handing over raw, unredacted data, sharing the personal details and locations of American citizens. Now, ordinary citizens are discovering they're also being monitored through the very devices they trust most.
Israel is turning every single Samsung phone into a surveillance device. Do you have a Samsung phone? You might want to pay attention. App Cloud pre-installed, impossible to delete. It knows your location, it knows your fingerprint, it knows your IP address, it knows every text, every call, and every search that you make. Did you know that? This isn't just data collection. Blackmail material. Imagine the power that Israel now has to know who's criticizing them, to know who's organizing against them. Threat. They will use this against American citizens, against politicians, against businesses. What's the response from the Trump White House?
Yeah, I can I open the phone lines up, man, for somebody want to call in.
Our government as a whole. Silence.
If you're not masking your identity online, you're building your own digital cage one click at a time. And don't be fooled. Even X isn't a safe haven anymore. If you dare to question the official narrative even once, the system takes note. Algorithms flag you, accounts disappear, and soon the so-called fact checkers come knocking. This isn't debate, it's digital thought control. Step out of line and you're labelled. Keep asking questions and you're marked for re-education. The question isn't are you being watched, it's how soon until your data is used against you. Tel has already taken his orders from Benjamin Netanyahu to crack down on the internet and social media in general.
The simple answer, in my opinion, is social media is wildly out of control, and there's too much clickbait in this country. And one of the things I highlighted in Congress in my testimony last week was if we want to protect our youth, we got to get more involved in social media and online platforms, because that's where the folks, the assassins of this world, get radicalized. That's where they're the lone wolf actors in general. And so we have to get after that problem set, and I ask for Congress' help in doing so. But speaking of Charlie Kirk, who was a very dear friend of mine, and then I was tasked with leading the nationwide manhunt to find the perpetrators involved. Of course we were going to use every resource we have to find every single person involved, and the investigation's still ongoing.
This isn't just about privacy. It's about national security, your security. Urging every viewer to protect themselves with the world's first trustless VPN.
Alright. Voting, it's a lot of different voting going on. They got different props out there. You got the governor election, you got the mayor election in New York, you got a few elections going on. Let me see what elections are this week. Early voting last day is today. Governor's race in Virginia, New Jersey, New York has a mayor race. It's some big shit going on. Dorsey said you calling. I ain't got no call from you, Dorsey.
Dorsey.
What up, Dorsey?
Hey, good morning, Plug. Happy Sunday to you.
What's up? What's up? HVAC repairman, you voted, man. I'm glad you voted, man. Not much. What to do, Dorsey?
Not much, man. I'm seeing about the little things you got on your show and so forth. I would like to first of all say that Israel is out of bounds. The United States government is collaborating with them in order to take your personal information. See, we sitting up there talking about China getting everybody personal information, but then Israel is weaponizing the information it collects from us. Like I said, Samsung phones and so forth. I think that right there is a no-no. Okay? You know, if you say something on your phone and something, you know, that should be between you and whoever you having a conversation, the person you have a conversation with. And here in the U.S., the FBI and everybody else have to get a warrant from the court to listen in to your conversation. They just can't, a judge has to sign off on that. So what I'm hearing is that Israel is being allowed to do whatever it wants in this world. So that makes me very suspicious about what the United States and the other parts of Western Europe are doing. I mean, how would you feel if somebody was listening in on your conversation? See where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Also, freedom of speech is allowed, but Jay, man, you still got consequences to what come out your mouth. You can say whatever. See, Dorsey say what he wants, but Dorsey also knows there's consequences, right? So, now that I'm back on the YouTube, Freddie Dorsey YouTube channel, hey, I can have people walk up on me and say, hey, ain't you Dorsey, woo, 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 because, I'm giving away my location, right? So, if that comes with it, then I'm going to be like, yeah. So if somebody approaches me and say, hey, ain't you Dorsey on YouTube? Yeah, I'm going to have my hand on my knife, answer, and then I'm going to have a smile. But if they get out of pocket, I'm going to deal with it. You see where I'm coming from? I don't know if it's this generation or just people in general, but I remember when I came up.
It's not always about arranging crimes on the phone. Like when we get to talking about this privacy stuff, it's about just having privacy. It's about being able to be a free thinker. It's about being able to question certain things. Once you give up that right, it's not always like this guy probably didn't threaten anybody. He just had criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I will say is that it's not a long road. It's a really short path from that to getting to where you can't be a free thinker anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's going to be, the ultimate control. Like you will have to believe every single story you're fed, and if you question that story, it'll be threat of jail.
Let me ask you talking about when the highway patrol rolled up to the dude's house for the comments he made?
Yeah, that was
That's the one
yeah.
Is that the one you're referring to, or is this a different one?
No, I'm referring to all of them.
Yeah,
I'm saying period. I'm saying this is like when we're talking about a direct threat. Like think about how many direct threats we've had. We've had direct threats on a lot of the administration. We've had direct threats. We have a sitting governor. I mean, not a sitting governor. A guy running for attorney general that made threats to his political opponent's children, and ain't no police show up at his door. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. But when it comes to certain topics, the police will show up at your door.
Right.
How many people threaten Trump? How many people have threatened Trump? How many people chant what they want to do to Trump every single day? Ain't no police showing up at their door. How many people chant what they want to do to Cash Patel every day? How many people chant what they want to do to all of these people? What they want to do to Epstein? What they want to do to Diddy? What they want to do to all of these people? But when it comes to certain people, like they'll show up at your door about it, or certain things.
Like I said, to me, the small hats.
Now I get it. I seen a kid like, now if it's threats on a school or a church or something, okay. I seen a kid the other day. He was probably like 10 years old, 11 years old. They went and picked him up because he threatened, a school shooting. Okay, I get it. Yeah, that's something that you could get picked up for. So I'm not saying that you just go say whatever and nothing happens, but I'm just saying, like, people make threats all day long to people, but when it comes to certain things, they care about it, which a school is one. They should care about a threat on a school. A church, a hospital, those are things they should care about. But when it comes to individual people, they not showing up, man, about that shit.
See, plug. Remember when they started, well, here in California, we started that about 20 years ago, terrorist threats, right? I don't know, when my generation would come, we would always say some shit like, y'all keep fucking with me, I'll blow this motherfucker up, right? But we didn't mean that shit. Talking. You know
But
what
it
I'm
should
saying?
still be taken seriously. I feel like it should still be taken seriously.
But the police come out there and investigate, and they see like, oh well, this dude ain't doing nothing. Because the FBI do that to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Show up at their house because somebody made a complaint, and you know they just checking up on leads and so forth. And then sometimes they go and check on these people, and these people tell them that you know they was just joking and so forth, and they just they say okay, we investigate. But then later on, a couple of days later, the dude goes shoot up a school or a store, right? So, I mean, we don't have that type of resources that we have to go and check upon the millions of threats that's made daily on this social media stuff. Let's keep it real. You know, in other countries they got different laws. You know, in Iran they can say death to America or death to wherever they want to, because that goes in, because their government kind of like influences them to say stuff like that. But here in America, where we have a constitution that say freedom of speech, well,
this what he said. He said
speech.
at some point, Christians gonna have to wake up and realize one day we gonna have to unalive them all. And then after the next day, he said we must eliminate the Jews. The only solution at this point, we must protect and save Christianity. That's what he said.
Then his ass needs to be locked up.
He need to be locked up.
Yeah, give his ass like 6 months in the county jail. You know, don't make it a felony, but let him know that, hey man, what you say does have consequences. That's like if they say kill all black people or put us into slavery.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to jail for that. I see that all day, every day on Twitter. Nobody's going to jail for that.
No, and see,
just get on Twitter right now. Just get on Twitter right now and go to right-wing Twitter. Go type in the Groiper or anything like that and just fall off in one of those right-wing algorithms and you will see it all fucking day. Nobody's going to jail for it.
Eating candy and shit all day.
What?
Because you were a little aggressive this morning. You had some coffee or something?
Nah, I'm just saying, like, shit, that right-wing Twitter, sometimes it pisses me off, but it's like, I don't let it get to me because at the end of the day, I'm a proponent of free speech. You know what I'm saying? How can I be a proponent of free speech? Hold on. How can I be let me finish. How can I be a proponent of free speech and when I step into uncomfortable environments, I want somebody to put the bumpers up like at the bowling alley? Nah, shit, if we in the gutter, we in the gutter.
Oh, I understand that, but this is a little bit of a surprise. You got a little bass in your voice this morning, so I just wanted to see if somebody had shitted in your Cheerios or something. You know what I'm saying? I totally agree with you. Dorsey, I'm not saying I'm an extremist, but at the same time, Dorsey ain't no middle ground because either you're left or you're right. Okay? So my whole thing is, when people say all this so crazy, especially if they have some kind of following or have some type of leadership role, yeah, you need to face the consequences of what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it should come with consequences if you at a job role or something like that. Everybody, like, it is consequences. But, like, let's say, how can I put it? Yeah, like shit. If just like these people was getting fired for talking about Charlie Kirk and losing their job, shit. If you in a position, you got an at-will employer, you can't lose your job if you bring negative press to this business or cause them to lose a lot of business. They don't want to align with that. Yeah, you should be able to lose your job, but I don't think you should go to jail for it. Now, if you are actively organizing a damn crime, yes. If you sitting here plotting to go unalive some people, yes. If you are sitting here trying to organize something, yes, your ass should go to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the game go.
Right. But see, my whole thing is new we in a strange new world right now because now we got influencers, right? And some of these influencers start these little cults. I'm not saying that what you got, your influence is that mind bending that it make people go out and do irrational shit. But you got to understand, Plug, a lot of people like you. I'm saying? So, just like when you said that if anybody's over in, what was that, Fort Smith or wherever it was in Arkansas, go check out the little barbecue place. Saying, hey man, some fool probably drove 100 miles just to go there, thinking they gonna see you.
Man, I hope they did, man. Support that, man. That's family business, man. Right there in Fort Northwest Arkansas, man. If y'all go by there, stop by there. It's on my community tab. I need to post it again.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, that's a good thing. But guess what? What if Plug gets so big that Plug get paid for public appearances, right? You see what I'm saying? What if you get that big where, if Plug show up at the little public appearances for a signing or whatever, people come out there and say, for instance, you get a dozen people to show up. Coming from?
Right.
I play. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. But what if you got some knucklehead out here who just want to make a name for himself? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then they come out there and they just start shit. I ain't saying they,
Dorsey, I was rapping for like 15 years, right? I dealt with all of that.
Yeah, but
it was probably way worse then.
Yeah, but see, rapping, you know your audience.
Exactly. So shit, that's what I'm saying. So shit, I don't think it could get much worse than that. I'm talking about I'm going to hole in the wall clubs. Dorsey, one way in, one way out.
Oh hell no, Plug. See, I mean, that's all good. But Dorsey ain't going to no place where there's only one way in, one way out. Okay, it's got to be some. And to me, it's got to be some windows and some other shit, because, the door ain't the only way you can get out of the goddamn club now.
I'm just saying.
Years ago, I was with this chick in Mississippi.
We got to get on topic, Dorsey. We got to get back on topic.
Okay, back on topic. So, my whole thing is, yes, you have freedom of speech, but you do not have freedom from consequences of what you say. Okay? Keep it 100. For anybody who going around saying that I should be able to say what I have, well, you go ahead and say it. But if somebody come and smack the shit out of you, don't be surprised.
Correct, but it's a difference if it's somebody coming and smack the shit out of you or somebody coming to put some cuffs on you. Now, I looked at the guy's tweet. Do I think he should have went to jail for that? No, I don't think he should have went to jail. Listen, let me finish. I don't think he should have went to jail. Am I surprised they showed up to talk to him about that? No, I'm not surprised they showed up to talk to him about that. They checking his temperature. I'm not surprised. Thank you, Big Niche.
I don't know, man. See, Texas, to me, I like Texas. Y'all like the X-Men, right? Y'all let a nigga in a wheelchair tell y'all what to do. And
man, chill out, man.
I'm just saying. Am I right or wrong?
Bro, I'm from Arkansas. This is not home. This is not home. I'm here. This is not home. You know the difference between the house and home, right? You know the difference between.
It's just a building.
Right.
Where you right.
Yeah, I have a home. This is not my home. This is a house.
Okay. I got two houses, right? And they damn sure ain't my homes, right?
Right.
So, my whole thing is, depending on what state you in, let's just say it like this, you have to abide by the laws of that state, right? You can't go down to Mississippi just smoking weed like an old broke stove and shit, and then think that, I'm in California, so if I did it here in California, I could do it elsewhere. You have to respect the laws of the land. You also have to respect the customs of the people, okay? You can't come into some of those small towns bumping all, with your stereo blasting and shit running down the street. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know, Dorsey. But we finna move on, man. We finna move on. I gotta play the clips, man. Everybody leaving now.
Oh, okay. Well, it is Sunday, so I'm gonna let you go on back and build back up your fan base.
All right, man. We gonna move on.
Hey, happy Sunday to you, bro.
Hey, you too.
Clock's back. Okay.
Right.
Bye.
I'm gonna say, strategic. If you wanna call in, you more than welcome to call in. I'm finna move on, no chat. We finna look at these stabbings in the UK. They just had a mass stabbing in the UK. Like 9 people got stabbed. 10 people, I believe. 9 got life-threatening injuries.
Are in hospital. 9 with life-threatening injuries after a mass stabbing on a train in Cambridgeshire on Saturday evening. Police have declared a major incident and say 2 men have been arrested. Counter-terror officers are helping police in the investigation. The incident took place on the 1825 LNER service from Doncaster to London's King's Cross. After passengers alerted staff to an incident on board, the train made an unscheduled stop at Huntingdon station, around 20 miles from Peterborough, where it was met by the emergency services. Now, this was part of that immediate response by the emergency services, which included armed police officers and a fleet of ambulances. Passengers on board the train have reported people shouting that a man had a knife and that multiple people were bleeding. One eyewitness said a man holding a large knife was seen on the train platform with armed police pointing their weapons at him. Another said the man was then tasered and restrained. That has not yet been confirmed by the authorities. The Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, issued a statement calling it a deeply concerning and appalling incident. British Transport Police described it as shocking. At the moment, we don't know the identities of the 10 people injured, the details of the 2 people who were arrested, or the motive for the attack. LNER has said some lines are still closed and customers are asked not to travel today. Disruption is expected until the end of the day. We'll be live at Huntingdon railway station shortly, but first let's hear from Ollie Foster. He was travelling on the train at the time of the attack, just 1 carriage from where the stabbing took place. He spoke to my colleague Claire Richardson and began by explaining how he found out something wasn't right.
Yeah, so I was in Coach H. I was literally just listening to Audible on my phone, and then I had guys suddenly run.
Call from?
My name's Stefan from...
What's up, caller? You say Stefan, where you calling from?
Yeah, Stefan. So I'm in Virginia, Richmond.
Okay, Richmond. All right, man. How you feeling about y'all governor race out there?
So, I mean, I can tell you, so I came from Cali. I was in San Diego, California, so things are a lot different here. I can just tell you one thing that does bother me is that in Cali, what was great is that we all got like a pamphlet that would tell us about all the different governors, like the good side, the bad side of both Democrat, Republican, and then you have full information. And I don't feel like you got that in Virginia. At least I didn't get some kind of pamphlet. Maybe it's because I just moved. But so getting information is one of the toughest things, right, to get to people. So I just kind of wish that in Virginia they had a little bit more of that. So honestly, I mean, I'm going to vote for a Democrat because, to be honest with you, I'm more middle of the road. But right now, I don't trust any politician at this point. But I definitely don't trust anyone who's Republican at this point. And that's not to hate on Republicans because there's some values I got. MAGA's infiltrated too much, and it's too scary in that sense. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's my point.
Okay. Yeah, Abigail. No, I mean, it doesn't really, honestly, I could kind of see that. You coming, from California, Abigail, like, shit, I feel like she would fit right into California with her policies.
Well, I mean, that's what I hope. I mean, it's your channel before. This is my first time, so I appreciate you giving me a chance and platform not platform, but to be able to discuss this kind of stuff. What do you consider yourself middle of the road? Because
Correct. They would call me a centrist. They would call me a centrist. I call out the left and the right for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Exactly, because I believe that there's values on both sides. What I think has happened, though, is that on the Republican side, they've sold their values out in some way. Because, like, how can you be, let's say, they want to build a Christian nation, right? Which is really, they want to build a white nation. And I honestly swear to God, I believe what's happening now is a full ethnic cleansing. I mean, the fact that they're you know, someone from, like, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but they just allowed a woman from Germany, it's the first person in Europe to get asylum, well, not the first person in Europe, but from Germany to get asylum in the United States under the new Trump rules. Now, why would someone need asylum to come to the United States from Germany, which actually has a better rating for immigration, for its government, you know, stability than the United States, or democracy, has better ratings. Now, the fact is, this woman is a far-right activist and almost, you know, Nazi propaganda. So now she's allowed to come in, and she actually met with one of the Republican senators. Again, everything I read is either Fox, is Newsmax, is CNN, ABC, NBC. That's what I spend an hour and a half every morning listening to each station, which, be careful, everyone, don't get too wrapped up into this shit because it's dangerous. Because you get flooded and you get angry. Would you agree with that? Like,
most definitely. It's a lot going on.
Handle it. How do you handle all the influx of just bad news?
You kind of take it for what it is. I use it to kind of try to have some foresight into the future, to try to get ahead. I mean, there's certain things that as of now, we can say technology is undefeated. So I use some of these conversations to kind of just try to position myself and my children in a better position for the future. You know, I do stand against certain things. Like, I'm not for digital ID. I'm not for I am for free speech as much as we can have it. And yeah, it's just it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I decided for myself, I want to leave the country. That's my own personal choice. I was born in France, and it's not doing so great over there either. So I decided I can do a lot of research figuring out which country. So I actually decided to make an app. I'm not going to try to plug it right now or anything like that. I don't want anyone to think that's the purpose, because I'm actually a life coach. But I decided to make a website. I'm not going to say the name unless you want to say it, and I'll give it to you later. But it's a website that goes on 90 plus parameters of things that people might want in a place. Basically, you take a test, you answer questions, and then it'll tell you based on the 90 plus parameters, and also it shows you all the sources when it shows you this information. But it'll tell you things like, you know, which is your best country that you want to live in. That's based on you, because for one person, you know, gay rights may not be important, but for another person, it really is. For some people, healthcare is really important. For some other people, it might not be as important. Stability of the government, right? So there's like 90 parameters. So I created this website, which again, I can give. I'm not trying to make money on it or anything. I just created it, and I thought it'd be a cool tool for some people in the future to use it. So I'm going to post it on my website and all that. But yeah, man, it's scary to think. For me, at least, I feel like nothing. But I feel guilty leaving, like that's a coward movement. But I just am really scared. Like, would you have gotten? Let me ask you: would you have left Nazi Germany if you could have? Before it got bad.
I don't know how Nazi Germany was, honestly. I haven't traveled outside of the country. I haven't really studied how Nazi Germany just was. But being black in Germany, yeah, I probably wouldn't have wanted to be over there.
Exactly.
I've had family members who were stationed in Germany before, and you know, they didn't say it was too bad, but they were there, you know, a military business, so they weren't like they were just civilian.
Oh, right. Everything's okay in Germany now, you know, but back in the 30s, they were putting people into concentration camps, very similar to what we're doing. Now, people might say, well, it's not concentration camps, we're not killing people. Well, here's the question. Do we know that? Are we hearing about thousands of planes or hundreds of planes or even tens of planes every day going off to different countries? I'm not hearing anything about these flights. Now, if they are, fine. But I do worry, like, we're building up all these detention centers. If we're going to be sending people out, why are we building so many detention centers? And if we're grabbing that many people, slow it down. Make this process easier. Like, they're trying to get people out. It's just so fast, and it's all about instilling fear. And I don't know what the chat is saying right now, but I disagree for anybody who says that shit isn't going right. I think a lot of deep MAGA, they like this because it's like a fucking TV show for them. Excuse my language, but it's like a TV show. Yeah, beat him up, beat him up.
Have they put out the deportation numbers yet? Like, like the actual.
No, and that's the question. I want to know how many have been deported.
Because a lot of people are saying it's not enough.
But the way they're doing it is so, like, why don't they show us? It's really messed up. Like, why don't they show
this
us
is
inside?
one take that somebody gave me. It wasn't my original take. I won't take credit for it, but it does make sense. So they said that Obama had way higher deportation numbers, but most of Obama's deportations were turnarounds at the border.
Well, I mean, it's possible. Look, I don't know what the fuck happened with Biden. I really don't know why during Biden's time they left so many. And I believe that the Republicans are telling the truth, that there have been so many, an influx of people coming in, because I looked at the numbers, and it wasn't contested. But what was the purpose of bringing that many more people in other than... I just don't understand why we did that, because that ended up giving a huge reason
They
for
said
people
they were trying to, make America blue forever.
I guess, I mean, look, America is built by immigrants. The difference is back in the day, when all those immigrants were coming from England and Europe, there was no, there was no immigration process. There wasn't a clear immigration process. And they took them in, and
this is a theory. This is a theory. They felt like they could bring in all of the illegals, all of the migrants,
right,
and make America blue forever. Now, Trump won.
Bullshit.
Trump is
because they
here.
can't vote.
Trump won. Trump is here, and now Trump is trying to gerrymander and call these governors out to make America red forever.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'll break that argument about making blue forever as broken down. Because if that was the case, all these influx of immigrants, well, clearly it didn't work. Trump won. So that argument is not true. Also, to the fact, and I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that's what you read, and what you read is correct. That is the argument. But it doesn't stand. It doesn't stand because no immigrants. There haven't been any immigrant. I mean, you would think that there's thousands and thousands and thousands upon thousands of immigrants that would have voted in the last election. So how come Trump still won by supposedly a fair margin? I don't know enough about that. I'd have to look at the numbers. Some people say he didn't win. I don't give about that stuff. It's dangerous, but
it was because
numbers is unknown.
So, I'm gonna say there's a number of reasons Trump won. Trump, the Republicans did better on social media by tenfold. Free advertising.
Yep.
This advertising has never been cheaper than it was around today and when it was the last election cycle.
Also because Musk was giving free shit.
Exactly. So think about going back to maybe the Bush election. You know what I'm saying? Social media is not really here. Facebook is Facebook, but that's MySpace. It's just not there. So the Republicans capitalized and they did it. I want almost to perfection with the free money. So that's an amount. I'm pretty sure somebody can put a dollar amount on it, but I wouldn't have it. I would estimate it 100 million plus in just free advertising.
Man, I think this will be a lot more than that. They had almost into the billions. I think they got into the billions.
Right.
But I'm not just for the advertising, but advertising all over.
Right. So I would attribute it to that, and also I would attribute it to. Yeah, they won the social media war, and also Kamala, they won the social media war promoting Trump while tearing down Kamala. You know, Kamala didn't have the best interview cycle. She wasn't the best debater. You know,
Right.
Trump wasn't the
But she
best
also wasn't there
debater.
long enough. He's been around for years, and she's a new person on the block, you know?
My opinion, out of all of those presidential debates, J.D. Vance was by far the best debater there. Whether he was just blowing shit or not, we can talk about that. But far as just on the stage, just debating, J.D. Vance was just the strongest one out of the four.
He's good. Have you seen his wife, Usha, the pictures before and after, by the way?
Yeah,
like
I have. I thought that was AI.
And she's only 39.
Yeah, I seen them coming at her for being Hindu or having Hindu roots.
Well, which is messed up, the fact that he said he wishes that, you know, she was changing to Christianity, which, you know, that's attacking someone's faith in a way, right? Like someone said, like, hey, I just wish my husband would turn Jewish, and you're Christian. It would cause, I don't know, conflict. And the fact that you're saying it to the whole freaking world.
Yeah, like how does her dad feel?
That I don't know, but I have a stark prediction. I don't know if I said it earlier or if I just typed it, but I honestly believe, now call me crazy, but I believe that she may get assassinated, which will cause up pissed offness, Usha, because in MAGA world right now, the fun and excitement is the fact that, what's his name, Charlie Kirk's wife, is getting closer and closer to J.D. Vance. That, you know, they've actually been traveling together and all that. And so, you know, I think for a lot of MAGA, this is just like an extended version of, you know, what did he have, that fucking show where he fired everyone? I forget the name, and I should know. But
so I seen a couple angles. Some people say that it could be the, you know, newfound new whatever, sneaking and geeking until they get to the point to where they're together. I have heard that, but I've also heard that he might pick her for VP.
Yeah, maybe they might. But I mean, think about his Christian base. For them, like, and all the what do they call it, groupers or groypers that are with. And sorry, my mind is completely messed up today. But anyway, there's a whole other subsection of conservatives that are even, you know, more Christian nationalists that are not MAGA, that actually hate MAGA. Like Jim Fuentes, is it Jim Fuentes or Fuentes? Last name is Fuentes.
Nick.
What is it called again? Who is he?
Nick
Fuentes. Thank you. So Nick Fuentes, you know, he's actually against MAGA now and against Trump, and he says that they need to beat MAGA. So what I think is going to happen, country's going to get fucked up within the next 8 months. That's why I want to leave before then. Because I actually asked ChatGPT to it may be stupid, but I asked ChatGPT to do a hypothetical based on the world and everything Trump has done up until now. Hypothetically, what is the potential future? It was very scary what it wrote. It basically told me by 2026, mid-2026, there should be a total takeover where Trump is going to actually end up taking over the United States fully with Congress. And why are all the Congress people gone, you know, that are on the Republican side? All of them are gone, and Democrats are left there to stay. I'm worried that there's going to be some kind of attack on the Capitol where all the lawmakers get killed, and that's what it said. And I'm sounding crazy, and I don't do conspiracy theories, but this is all based off not just ChatGPT, I promise you that. This is based off a lot of accumulated information. And yes, I do mess with going into the dark web sometimes, and things that I wish, you know, in certain forums, and I wish, you know, some shit's scary, man. What people are saying, like the right, far right, is ready for war. They're ready. They're ready and waiting. It's just about a potential order, and Trump saying, and he just said that for the military that's going to or Arizona, to Portland, Oregon, not Arizona, Portland, Oregon, that they have the right to use full force. I mean, what? I mean, so I'm scared that, you know, in the next 2 weeks, that shit's really going to go down. Have you seen the videos of ICE in Chicago?
Yeah, I seen somebody hit the car. The red car ran into it. Then I seen the ICE dude. He up that big 40 on him. It looked like a 40. It might have been a 9, but whatever it was, he drew down on him twice. Drew down on a crowd of people. Then had the guy arms behind his back and start punching him in the side of the head. Like,
You saw that? Yeah, that was the most recent one, and that was he was a white dude, right? That he punched in the face.
I don't know what he was. He wasn't black.
See, and that's the thing. Now they don't care. Like they're grabbing anybody who's, even people that are citizens.
I mean, they rammed. Did you not see the car smashed into the back of the ice truck? Now, I'm not saying he should have got beat up, but his ass was probably finna go to jail though for sure.
No, wait, what happened? No, I didn't see that one yet.
Yeah, he had it was like a red Honda, and they had rammed into the back of the ice truck, or maybe the ice truck slammed on the
And
brake.
they got out and they ran after him, and it was a huge fucking thing, right?
Right, but one of the ICE agents was like, it was a crowd around him, and he just kept drawing his pistol on the crowd.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you, I look at Reddit, and on Reddit, it's kind of dangerous because I end up on it for a long time, but there's a lot of videos like that. And it's just sad to see people getting beaten up. Like they had a priest, you probably maybe heard of this, is that at the detention center in Chicago, a priest was putting his hands up in prayer, praying, that they, change their ways, and he got hit in the head with a what's it called, rubber bullet, and then he fell on the ground, and he kept getting shot on his back. People had to get him shielded.
Man, I seen him. That was a pepper ball he got hit in the head with. You talking about that preacher?
Bell? Okay.
The preacher.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's worse.
The preacher. He was out there trying to pray.
Preacher. Yeah.
He got hit on top of the head with a pepper ball.
Okay. If that's worse or not, but that pepper spray, I heard that could make you could blind you, literally blind you.
Man, it cracked him right on the top of his head too.
You know what I'm curious of? A question for you, if I may.
Go ahead.
Take for you to have to, say this is enough. I'm curious. What has to happen for us to say this is enough? And if you don't want to answer the question, that's okay. I'm just curious.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody has a breaking point. It'll probably be imminent total collapse of society. Like it would have to be something crazy. I mean,
it don't happen. I really hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's just I've never
probably if they try to take the Second Amendment, that'll probably be the first step.
Yeah, that would be absolutely tons of things. I bet even MAGA would turn their heads and say no on that. I've got my gun and I appreciate my gun and I want more and I like guns. I find them good for my protection and I'm good at shooting. And I think that that's my right. But the whole point of all these guns was if the government ever becomes tyrannical, like an authoritarian government as it is becoming, it was meant for us to raise arms against that government, which is basically a fucking civil war, or they would call that an insurrection. I almost kind of hope California would secede, leave the Union, which I don't think they would let them do that, but California makes so much money for the U.S. It's literally the fourth largest economy in the world, which basically helps the United States become, the first or top economy in the world. So if California just said, I'm out, that would get Trump's attention, but that would probably just start a war.
I don't know. So what do you think?
So I'm just talking.
What I was gonna say is, what do you think is gonna happen with this Venezuela?
So look at it this way: countries only prosper, right, when they trade with the world, as much as they can with the world around them, right? Just like everyone's trading. Right now, we've closed ourselves off. We're becoming isolationists. And so when you do that, and like North Korea, right? So North Korea doesn't trade with a lot of countries, so it's a poorer country for it. So how does it make it a rich country? Well, they produce a lot of missiles, right? They're doing missile testing all the time. They're not a rich country, but at least because of the missiles, some people are getting paid, right? So Trump is closing off trade around the world. He doesn't want to get into conflict, which is good. He seems to, but he now wants to send troops to Nigeria. Venezuela, I think basically it's a desire for a regime change because he doesn't like Maduro, and he likes, I forget the woman's name, but she kissed his ass basically when he, and I think this is the right country, when she basically wants to be the president and thinks that she should be. And so Trump is basically helping her. So all these boats on the side of blowing up, he's expecting the government to do something to block him in some way, and then say that they're, blocking him from doing something good, and thus he's a terrorist organization. I mean, think about this, man. Like, we got Venezuela, right, who is a sovereign country, and right now the U.S. president admitted to having the CIA doing covert operations. He admitted this the other day. They're doing covert operations in Venezuela. Could you imagine if Venezuela said, or any country said, we've got covert operations going on in the U.S.? Crazy. Like, why are we allowed to have that right? The only country to have this, like, crazy right. Just because we're the most powerful? Like, honestly, if I'm the strongest person on my block, I take care of everybody on my block. I don't fucking attack people on my block. I talk with them. And I get the whole, this is drugs. I don't care if it's fucking chickens. Like chickens with fucking, I don't know, some disease. I get we would want to,
but America does take care of everybody, though. We can't act like America doesn't take care of everybody. Like,
well, it did. But it used to. We were the good guys. We're no longer the good guys. When we're not helping feed the world, see, it's called, what's it called? Soft democracy. Or is it called soft democracy? Yeah, soft democracy. So basically you go around the world and instead of attacking and creating democracies, you help that culture out. They then become unfortunately dependent upon you, and so you have more influence on that organization or that country. So we had influence around everywhere because we were helping with diseases, because they knew that, hey, if they fuck around, we'd probably take away those things. Not that we want to, but we could. And Trump just took it away. Like USAID kept screwing over our farmers because our farmers were sending our grain to USAID to spread it around the world. And now that stopped. And then also our beef. Now, I don't know if you checked your beef prices, but my steak that used to be $10 is now $22. And, it might be even higher by now. And instead of helping them out...
Yeah, I seen they were showing racks of ribs and whole shoulders and shit like that were $300, $400 slabs of meat going expired because nobody's buying it. It's too hot.
That's fucking crazy. And that's the thing is, like, what the fuck is going on? And what he's doing, instead of bailing out the farmers to make prices cheaper, he ended up, now if I get the country wrong, I apologize, but I believe it's Argentina, that he ended up sending $20 billion to the government, and also is allowing them to sell their beef to us now for the first time ever.
$40 billion, because it was $20 billion up front, and then he promised another $20 billion if the president won, and the president won. So it's $40 billion.
This isn't kind of corruption, or something's going on like that. How does that help us? Like, it doesn't.
He said it's going to drive our beef prices down. It's going to make our farmers drive our beef prices. That's what his logic is.
Well, the question is, why have beef become so expensive? Because of its tariffs. So, look, here's the thing. All this money that's coming from tariffs that people are so excited about, everyone acts as if they're going to get some kind of government check. Good luck. It's not going to happen. Trump has never said he's going to give a government check. He just keeps saying it's going to be such a wealthy world. It's a wealthy world. For who? Because, yeah, the stock market is up, but Main Street is down. Fits are gone. There is going to be gone, a lot of people, because it's double in price. Look, some people will fare okay. But what I think it is it's a cleansing, a mass cleansing of people at the bottom. They will revolt in some way, because people that are happy and said, well, don't revolt. But people at the bottom, they will. And or basically, I think anybody who's not getting fed or a job or getting what they need starts to get angry, and so why not use force against them, right? Like they swept up all these people that were homeless, which means that you're an addict. Be very careful going in any city. You better get clean quick. And that sounds fucked up. Or find housing quick, because they're going to go into every city and they want to clean up what they call the trash. And if you tell me I'm crazy, that's fine. But this is all news reports. You can all confirm all of this. It's just sad. It's just sad, man. It's just where we've come. We used to be a hope, but we're not giving a country of hope where other people come and have hope. People don't want to come to the U.S. anymore. They're scared. I'd be if I wasn't a U.S. citizen. Immigrant though. Talk way too fucking much.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you for calling in.
Absolutely, man. I don't want to take over your show. I apologize.
Nah, you good,
but thank
man.
you.
I hope you subscribe to the channel and give us a call back, man.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate it, man. Take it easy.
You too. All right, Chad. We finna look at hold on. Higgs says talking about the boat strikes, man. I thought we was gonna hear from Marco Rubio, but I guess Higgs said, watch out, Rubio, I got it. Watch out, I got it.
We definitely information. I think Senator Kennedy is right. They deserve to get that. And in some way, we don't know precisely who we're striking and why, what those affiliations are, what they're carrying, where they're going.
Mr. Secretary, are you presenting the evidence to Congress? I'm ready to go this way, sir.
Oh, we are presenting it to Congress. We have time and time again. On a bipartisan basis, they have been given the evidence directly.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth saying the intel behind the strikes on alleged cartel boats in the Caribbean is solid. The Republican and Democratic heads of the Senate Armed Services Committee say the Pentagon has not complied with requests for info on those strikes. Let's bring in Robert Charks, former Assistant Secretary of State under President Bush. How difficult is it to know whether those drug boats are, whether those boats, I should say, are actually carrying drugs? Do you have an assessment on that?
Yeah, so as a guy that worked in the Reagan White House and a guy that was the Assistant Secretary responsible for a lot of those kinds of programs in my day, at the end of the day, we know, I was also 10 years Navy intelligence, we know that those are boats that are carrying very dangerous high-potency drugs. All the president is doing is calling a spade and essentially implementing a national security policy that goes legally as the extension of the policies we already have in place. We have in place policies that support foreign countries doing shoot-down programs with drug-laden airplanes if they have the intel for it. We also have a policy in place where the U.S. Coast Guard is able to use Black Hawk helicopters and shoot out the engines of drug boats. This is just an extension, and it's actually quite logical if you think about it. We lost, 58,000 young people in Vietnam. We lose 80,000 young people to the 8 major drug cartels that show up in the United States every year. And the president is saying, look, we need deterrence again. You need to know we're serious about protecting our national security, our youth, our public safety, and our public health.
So do you think that these strikes are going to be effective in limiting or reducing the flow of drugs? I mean, one of the arguments is that if you close off one avenue of drug importation, the cartels, the smugglers, will just find another.
Look, whether you're talking about a national level program or a state level program, there are always 5 pieces. One is source country programs. You need to be supportive of stopping the flow in. The second is interdiction. The third is treatment. The fourth is prevention. And the last is, and most importantly, in some ways, domestically law enforcement. What the president's doing is saying we are going to deter you in the transmission of the drugs. We're going to stop you mid-ocean, whether it's Caribbean or the EPAC, Eastern Pacific. And so don't take for granted anymore. And the old rule of thumb is that if you can create deterrence in 25% of the transit zone, you will in fact turn back a lot of these drugs. So I think what he's doing is saying, we're not going to take this for granted anymore. We're going to go after it. We're going to stop you. And frankly, there are other countries you can traffic to, but the United States is one that you will know you'll pay a high cost if you try to traffic here.
Some members of Congress are complaining that they're kind of being kept in the dark about all this. Even Republicans, like Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, say they'd like to hear more from the administration. Listen.
I think it's time for a briefing. I would strongly encourage Secretary Rubio to call a press conference and just explain to the American people what's going on and why they're doing the right thing and take questions. And then a lot of this will go away.
He said at the end there, I think a lot of this would go away if they would answer some of these questions. What do you think about that proposal?
Yeah, so I will tell you that Senator Kennedy is one of the people I respect the most in the United States Senate. Clearly one of the smartest guys in the mix. And I was also an oversight counsel, ran the largest part of oversight and defense for 5 years. There's no question that Congress has a right to hear the information. A select group of members are typically the ones, they do it up in the bubble room at the top of the Capitol. And yeah, they undoubtedly will get briefs over time. I think part of the problem right now is that there is a bit of a trust issue between the Democrats and the White House, and I understand that. There were times when the Democrats have actually been given classified information and turned around and gave it to the press. So I think there have to be provisions in place that make sure that information transmitted that's classified doesn't go outside those realms, or you give up sources and methods. But bottom line is, I think Congress will get the information. I think Senator Kennedy is right. They deserve to get it. I think the White House is right in that they are ramping up the deterrent that is going to stop drugs from getting into this country. And frankly, in a state here in Maine where we had 10,000 overdoses last year, and I am running as governor to stop that. I'm running for governor to stop that. The bottom line is we are in a position where the nation is at threat. This is a national security threat, and we have to literally confront it in every possible way.
Robert Charles, former Assistant Secretary of State. We appreciate your insights. Thanks.
Damn, Chad.
An urgent message from President Trump demanding Nigeria stop the brutal murders of thousands of Christians in the country or face possible action from the Pentagon. He posted in part, quote, "The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country guns a-blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities." Paul Adamu is a Nigerian Christian who was kidnapped by Boko Haram 2 years ago. He joins us now. It's so wonderful to have you on
Thank
the
you,
show.
JB2.
Please tell us what happened to you.
It was such a disheartening situation. 2 years ago, I was kidnapped by the dreaded Boko Haram along my way to the airport while I was to Cameroon to meet some of my colleagues, and then I got kidnapped along the line, along the route.
For how long?
12 days.
And there are many people, especially young girls, who have been kidnapped by Boko Haram, put into forced marriages, forced conversions. They're still in captivity. The situation there is quite dire. You heard what President Trump has said. Here's what Nigeria's president has said in response. He said that the characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant does not reflect our national reality, nor does it take into consideration the consistent and sincere efforts of the government to safeguard freedom of religion and beliefs for all Nigerians. Message: what's it like to be a Christian in Nigeria?
First, I want to thank and applaud the United States of America President Donald Trump for designating Nigeria as a CPC, because this is one of the things that we have always wanted. For the message of the Nigerian president, that I think at this point I would say that there is a time when propaganda has no appeal, where propaganda has lost an appeal. And this is actually the time, because whatever is happening in Nigeria at this moment, I would say that Nigeria is the worst place to be as a Christian, like the worst place in the whole of the world to be as a Christian, because we wake up every day with news of killings. every day with news of massacring of Christians. It's totally a genocide that is happening here in Nigeria. There is nothing anybody will tell me because I have been in here for as long as I know. I have been in these places where these attacks have taken place. I have seen women who are crying for the loss of their husbands. I have seen children who are crying for the loss of their parents. I have seen parents who are crying for the loss of their children. I've been to churches that have been burnt down. These are not things that I've heard from the news or someone telling me. This is something that I witnessed somewhere. I've been myself. I've witnessed where terrorism is at the highest point, where people are killed and slaughtered like chickens every day.
Paul, I don't have a lot of time left, but I just
Damn.
want to ask you one last question. How have you and other Christians kept the faith during this persecution?
For the organization I work with, Irish Global, who have taken it upon themselves to care for these persecuted Christians by providing relief materials, emergency kits, and they're also providing them with discipleship where they are being told that despite all that is happening to them, Christ still loves them.
Paul Adamu, just so you know, the African church, the Nigerian church in particular, the Christians there have been an amazing example of faith through persecution and martyrdom, and we are praying for all of you very much, and we hope the...
Man, whether it's in the name of religion or for the resources, that's a messed up situation, like crazy, man. Seeing them people pray in them churches that's been burnt to the ground, nothing but some lawn chairs, no walls, no ceiling. This man got kidnapped for 12 days, bro. Little girls getting kidnapped and forced to convert. Like, this is wild.
Entering this immense atrium is awe-inspiring. King Ramses II, 3,500 years old, sent from the past to guard this modern museum. The Grand Egyptian Museum, built with $1 billion, adorned with futuristic pyramids. The grand staircase itself stretches from ancient Egypt to the Greco-Roman period. You're stepping through time, thousands of years of history.
That's what I was trying to see, Chad.
Precious piece to move, Tutankhamun's golden mask, King Tut's world. In 2017, we were face to face with the last precious piece to move, Tutankhamun's golden mask. King Tut is moving home to the new museum's loading bay.
This is a statue of Tutankhamun.
The artifacts, irreplaceable.
It's a boyish face.
Yes. Over 5,300 of King Tutankhamun's belongings painstakingly restored. This is a footstool for King Tut.
Yes.
3,000 of his possessions never displayed in public until now.
Greatest headlines of the century.
Man, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Look, chat, we finna get up out of here. We'll be back later on, man. We'll be back later on. I gotta get some shit together, man. Get some shit together, chat. Oh. We'll be back later on, but yeah, I'm finna get ready to upload some videos. I gotta get my videos uploaded for the week, so I didn't want to take y'all whole day because I gotta get some work done, get some videos. Y'all be sure to check out my videos. Let me know y'all came by and checked out a video. I do surprise giveaways in the comments of the videos. So yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all be on the lookout for some videos on the channel this week. I try to do at least 3 videos a day, 2 live streams a day. I'll see y'all on the next one, chat.